charts and kind of take a dive into some quarterly report. I wanted to look up Lockheed because this is a company that I've been buying maybe the last month, I don't even know. But I do like it, not only for what they do, but I like the growth. So in this video, I kind of just want to break down more of the fundamentals. I got some, let's see, websites open. We can check some data. We can also go through and see. Let's click on this one to see the quarterly reports. We're in 2021. We can take a look at their slides. It's a little bit more fun to look at. Let's do this first, and then we could dive more into the numbers. So here they got some stuff. They got the stealth planes. They got some drones. They got this new helicopter. It's interesting. It's got like 2 rotor blades up top and then 1 in the back, but it's much larger. So they're also working on that. We got the Space Force and all that stuff that they're probably selling to. They are definitely diversified in the defensive sector, so definitely something to keep an eye on. They are at 108 billion. Now we can compare it. See, I want to compare it to Boeing and Northern Crump. I guess in I don't know what the ticker is. I don't even remember what it's called. North Crump. Yep. Probably NOC is going to be the bigger competitor. Wow, they're much smaller. Wow. Boeing's about 50% bigger. This is like half of it. Is there something I'm missing? Let me just check. I think these are the 2. I'm just on my other screen real quick. All these defensive plays had such big moves recently. Okay. Let's go back to Lockheed. What I really like about Lockheed specifically, I mean, I guess we'll get into it, but I just like the diversity as well as what they specifically work on. They got the C-130s, they got the Raptors, I'm pretty sure. So they achieved this 2021, I don't know relatively what this is good or bad, but they achieved sales of 16.3 billion, operating profit 1.7 billion, $6 per EPS, $6 on EPS. Right now their share price is just under 400. The increased full year outlook, interesting. So sales last quarter to this, so I mean a little bit of an increase. Again, they're kind of a big company. The defensive sector I don't think grows too fast unless if there's like a wartime. EPS increase. So to put into perspective, last year at this time, and the share price is about the same. So the EPS is a little bit the same too, but that's 8% increase. They returned they purchased 1 billion in share buybacks. Dividends, a lot of dividends. That's one reason why I do like them. Their dividend ratio right now, if you're to buy it, is 2.66. But let's go actually here, because this is one selling point. Financials, metrics. Oh, the metrics are growth. Let's go to growth. Let's see what they're growing their dividend each year, each quarter, maybe. Let's do annual dividend growth. Every year they're raising it about like Summary strong. Increased. 1 billion increase from 3-year cash. Okay. I feel like for a presentation they could have made it a little bit more fun to look at. Like I know like Disney's pretty enjoyable. Let's see. Yeah, like I just don't like looking at these because I just feel like I'm missing so much information. Let's go back to here. Oh, we could just get the Excel sheet. Let's see the press release. Is that the shorter one? 19 pages, financial table. This, you can just see the numbers. I'd rather see this where they talk about it. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Net sale. Yeah, we got that. Lockheed continues to deliver. I like to read like specifically what they said, so I'm just gonna read that real quick. Lockheed Martin continues to deliver vital next generation technologies that keep our SA providing long-term taxpayer. Yep. While remaining the trust. Okay, this doesn't really say anything that I want to see. Oh, rotary motor, yes. Rotary motion mission systems. What's the other one? First quarter net earnings, unrealized gains, 68 million. Restructuring charge, previously announced. Okay. We could take a look at these numbers on the other website. I think they're gonna have it anyway. Let's see real quick. 321, is that the newest? Is that what we're looking at? Let me see. Oh, 1 second. Up. Yes, no, 420. Wait, I'm confused. I'm locking with 420. Why does it say 3? This isn't right. I'm confused. Oh well. And nevertheless, it's basically is up to date. Let me just see what date this is. April 20th. Yeah. Why does this say this? Is that an error? Alright, anyway. So this probably has even more up-to-date information, but is it worth diving too deep into? I'm not sure. Let's see. I purchased 1.9 million shares for $1 million percent accelerated share repurchased. Let's see. That's interesting how they're going to buy the total number of shares delivered under the ASRs is based on average volume weighted price to VWAP. Yeah, we sometimes choose to trade that over the planned period. Based on the average VWAP, the corporate received an additional 1.1 million shares upon final. Cool. Net sales. They don't have the. What I'm really interested in is them discussing the like M&A, not M&A, but you know what I mean, the talking about like what they're doing. So actually, this is what I'm looking for. Just make sure it's second room. Aeronautics didn't really increase. I'm expecting the space segment of Lockheed to increase by a lot. Maybe like within 10 years. Definitely 20, like a percentage of what they're using in the company. I mean, again, I'm not an expert at this at all. I probably should mention that like multiple times in the video. I'm just an average investor, but I'm just looking through it for fun. Let's go down to so aeronautics. Was comparable to the same. Yeah, we see that higher volume, about 20 million for the F-16 program due to increased volume of production contracts. Probably 17. Yes, okay. These increases were offset by lower net sales of the 65 million for the F-35. Okay. I kind of just want to see more about the future. Although I have to do navigation targeting infrared for night. Sniper advanced targeting pod. What exactly is this? Sniper advanced targeting pod. Let's see. It's a single lightweight pod. It handles the It's a air-to-air, air-to-ground missile. Okay. I didn't know if it was like for a sniper or specifically for like one of the planes. Okay. Let's see. Let's go down. So this is their helicopters and missiles. Actually, so they have a 10% operating margin. There's 14 for that. 10 missiles and fire control. I guess that would make the most sense. Not that much for space. I mean, over time, hopefully, in theory, they would get a while it actually went to a lot. Operating profit. Why? The increase. The operating profit in the first quarter decreased to 90% in the same period. It decreased approximately space programs due to lower risk retirements. Yeah, it just seems like okay. The thing is though, like, will this increase over time? Hopefully, because these other segments they have definitely gotten more experience with the space. Maybe 10-15 years they've been in it. I don't know exactly. We can probably find it, but that's what I would assume. I kind of want to see the forward-looking statement too. So I feel like I'm just scanning through this, but I'm kind of want to see their future thoughts. Are they gonna have it? Let's see. I feel like their thing is missing something. Where's the? I guess this is the forward-looking statement, but it's not what it doesn't feel like what I'm looking for. Okay. Let's see. So let's look at some numbers, just how they're growing and stuff. So this does say March 31st, which doesn't align with February or April 20th this quarter. However, we can pretty much still see a clear trajectory about what they're doing. So basically revenue, I mean, it's pretty much been stagnant, but last, man, I guess 2 years, yeah, 3 years, it's been increasing a little bit, except for a dip. Gross operating income kind of looks the same as revenue, so we do see some bad spikes in it, or like declining spikes. Incomes before tax. I mean, so that means they're pretty much making more money for whatever reasons. EPS, well, they had, I guess, a bad EPS quarter there, but EPS is slowly climbing actually. Profit margin, pretty stagnant. I mean, actually, if you look back to 2012, it has increased a little bit, but not entirely. Is that all I want to see? Oh, I want to see. There we go. Look at the diluted shares. Do we want diluted? That's fine. That's fine. So, I mean, over the last literally 10 years, they've been buying back shares slowly. Definitely like to see that in a company, especially when their share price is, actually it is pretty expensive, so buying it for them at this price isn't that good in my opinion, but I do like, regardless, to see them buying back the shares. Definitely like to see it in a company. Just look at their total assets. I mean, what does this necessarily consist of? I don't know how much more they can expand. I mean, they do. I guess, yeah, they are 108 billion. So to get to something like Lockheed or Boeing, they could expand, but they're more defensive as opposed to Boeing. That's a lot more commercial aspects. I don't think Lockheed really does anything commercial. I guess it's more comparable So they have 12 billion in debt. 51 billion assets. Their operating income is 2 billion each quarter. About 12 billion. So I mean, that's not like wow to me. Yeah, that's not that bad in my opinion. Let's see. That's all I want to see for here. Cash flow. Operating cash flow. Like, yeah, see those quarters. Those are bad ones, but actually, why are those look so? Yeah, for the most part, maybe 1.5 billion operating cash flow each year. Quarter, sorry. So clearly see something happened in 2016 where they financed something. Probably with like some space programmer. We could probably go back and find it, but I'm okay with that for now. Curious about the PE, that a 40 PE. Oh yeah. So about like a 14, honestly 15 right now. Historically, the last 10 years. That's not like a super big time period, especially Lockheed's been around for a while. Let me just. I got data back from 85. So it's been around for a while, but it doesn't seem to be too overpriced right now. I'm buying it all, or I want to buy more on that trend line, but I don't think it's gonna hit it. So I'm just also looking at the other monitor. I mean, market cap has been increased, so we could probably do something with how fast it's increasing, with how much they're earning. But current ratio is basically the same, pretty healthy, 1.3, especially for a defensive company. I guess they don't. Yeah, that's actually pretty healthy because probably if you go to Boeing or let me see something. I bet you Boeing's is pretty bad. Not pretty bad, but let me just see for a quick comparison. What are we looking at? Oh, it's about the same. Debt to equity, that was pretty trash. Lockheed's okay. Lockheed's is not bad. I know, yeah, Boeing just does have a lot more debt in general. Just curious real quick. 41. No, 63 billion. Chill. Let's just do this. Let's see. Same current ratio. See, like, yeah, these NOC and LMT are just better defensive plays in my opinion. So dividend yield, let's see, free cash flow per share. I know people like to look at that, but let's see, Lockheed. Actually, we could probably compare it somehow, but I'm just being dumb. I'm again curious about NOC's dividend. Where is it? So their growing is still like 8 to 10% per year. So honestly, like, just for a dividend play, I think these are pretty solid. Again, I don't really think. I mean, these companies are gonna be needed, in my opinion, in the future. But they just had like a 25% run up. NOC just did. That's just a big boy run up. Half the market cap, though. In 2018, dividend was 110. Now it's 157. That's like a 50% increase. Yeah, because again, these percentages compound aggressively, so honestly, might not be a terrible idea for me to buy this stuff, you know. I'm definitely gonna probably add to these things. Just based on the dividend and having that long-term play, because again, even if these things do go down in price, and you got that dividend, probably, actually, that's not certain, no, I shouldn't say see their presentation. I want to see something. Are they more into space? Like, what are they doing, really? I kind of just want to look at some pretty pictures. Yeah, so... No, I want to see the percentages. Here we got the sales. I guess that's kind of it, right? No, that's their increase. Clearly see the aeronautical's missions is still larger than their space sector. Space did increase by 37%. It says 3 months, yeah, 3 months ended. That's a pretty big increase. Wait, what is this? Operating income, okay. Sales is probably a little bit more better. It's a 29% increase in the sales. That's kind of lackluster. Anyway, I think they're both a little extended, but I like these plays for, again, just longer term defensive sector plays that have high dividend growth that also should expand more with more space technology. I think it's a good sector to be in, but I think these are more literally defensive for the portfolio, but in the defensive sector, so that's why I guess I like them. Boeing, I just don't think they have like enough. I mean, they got too much debt in my opinion. They don't even have a dividend. Wait a minute, have they ever had a dividend? Oh, they definitely have, yeah. Oh, I forgot what happened to them. What happened to them? Why am I forgetting? They had a dividend of $2, kind of similar to Lockheed's. They were really aggressively raising it too. I think they just took on a lot of debt because they... Oh, the 747, I think that had a problem, but I don't think that was the leading issue. I just think they had to take out a bunch of loans because something collapsed financially within their company. I think that's more like it. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Let me know if you enjoyed this style of video. And sure, just remember though, I'm not... All this that I said, if anything, was valuable. Like, I'm not an investor, or a big investor, trader. I'm not licensed financially to tell you anybody what to do. I'm just looking at the companies for my own personal sake and making a nice, relaxing video. And simultaneously, you know. So don't take this as my advice at all. It's just what I'm looking at. But yeah, I think they're good companies for me, for my portfolio, and my investing strategy. And let me know what you guys think, if you guys like any of these companies. And if so, maybe what price points, because right now